And we could couple this together with your health insurance with a critical illness policy, which I recommend to my clients because it'll write a check in the event that you get critically ill, like cancer, stroke, or heart attack, for the amount that you choose based on what you could afford, not tied to your income. So it'll offset your deductible. So even though we got a higher deductible, it's going to get wiped out, and then you could use the extra money to pay more important things such as your mortgage, your tuitions, and other things that may occur while you're going through some type of treatment. And now some families get a little nervous about going with higher deductibles. So this carrier, what they did is they have what's called an embedded deductible. And I like it, and I put it on my own family, is that if something happens, like a sickness other than a critical illness and it's not an injury, basically it'll split the deductible in half for you. And when you get to a starting point of the deductible 5450, your deductible will be 2200 if the individual had to go into the hospital or get treated for something such as an appendicitis or something along those lines. So you don't have to meet the entire deductible. And that's for some families that are a little nervous about going a little higher deductible, so the individual doesn't have to meet that high of a deductible, because it is based on a family deductible. So, but it's not for everybody. You do pay a little bit more in premium for that kind of benefit. I like it because that way if something happens to my wife, I'm not coughing up the entire deductible. I only have to meet half of it for both of us. But it does accumulate. So if I don't satisfy the entire deductible for that individual, it still gets added to the family deductible. And the deductibles are set by the government for the HSA health savings account program. So they could be adjusted every year. So this year, 2008. This carrier starts at $2,200 for a family. It goes to $3,000, $5,450, $7,000, and $10,000 as a family deductible option. So everybody accumulates to the same deductible. Now, this carrier has what's called an embedded option. And what that embedded option means that a family could actually, depending on the choice of deductible, could actually choose the embedded option, and it splits the deductible in half if one person gets sick. So if you have the $5,450 deductible, which is where it starts, and if one person gets sick, it splits in half approximately. It goes to $2,200 for that individual. And if you have the $7,000 deductible, when the individual option, you're going to pay $3,500 for that individual, and $10,000 would be obviously $5,000. So it gives you that opportunity to kind of not be so financially vulnerable at the time of claim with the higher deductible for the ones that have a little bit of fear of going with the higher deductible. So I'm a fan of that, just in case it does happen. You don't have to meet the entire family deductible if something does occur. And basically you're trying to figure out where the best value is. I would say I recommend going with a little higher deductible, get those premiums a little bit lower so you could have a little bit extra cash to put into that savings account that you're getting additional tax benefits from. So most of my clients end up choosing either the $7,000 or $10,000 deductible, and then the other ones will choose the embedded portion of it. And so you have a $3,500 individual, $7,000 family, or $5,000 individual, $10,000 family. The best value comes down to the $5,000 embedded and $10,000 family. The reason being is because we couple it with a decent amount of critical illness. So if something did happen to an individual critically ill, it wipes out the $5,000 for that individual, and you still have excess money to actually use for other expenses that may occur. So price-wise, for an average family in, let's just say, Chicagoland suburban area, for, let's say, the $5,000 deductible, you're probably looking at about $350. If you choose the embedded option, it'll go up to about $400. If you did the $7,000 deductible, you're looking at about $300 a month. And if you did the $3,500 embedded, it'll go up to about approximately $350 a month. And then if you did the $10,000, you're looking at about $250. And if you did the $5,000 embedded, you're going to look at $300 a month. Plus, we could couple it with critical illness insurance that writes you a check based on the amount you choose for when you get critically ill, and that'll wipe out the deductible, and then you have extra cash to pay for other expenses. So even if we put $50 a piece on the husband and wife, it's only $100 a month. It's actually very inexpensive compared to the benefit you receive. So it's about $400 a month, so $4,800 a year versus the average family paying maybe $6,000 or more a year, depending on the situation. So getting down to the numbers and the tax breaks, just so you can see the savings. If you fully fund your account, which I recommend, fully fund your account every year to get that tax-free growth going, It's $5,800 for a family to contribute to the account. The government gives you a tax break, assuming you're a 30% tax bracket. Most of my clients are probably more than that. Some might be a little less, but let's just use 30%. You're going to be able to deduct $1,740 from your contribution into the account. For your health insurance, if you did the $300 a month, $3,600 a year, you have the ability to deduct $1,080 from your off your taxes, assuming that you're self-employed. And when you combine those two together for deductions, it comes up with a total deduction of $2,820. So not bad, just under $3,000 savings on your health care with the IRS. So it's actually giving you a total expense in the year for your family's health insurance, $780. That's only $65 a month. The average 20-year-old in the marketplace with a copay plan can't even keep it under $100. In a family of four, with the tax deductions, you're able to get it below $100 a month. That's not bad. That makes it very affordable, and plus, you have that money in the account to actually offset your any type of medical expenses while you're meeting the deductible. I would say this is a very affordable option. So we found the best value for you for pertaining to the major medical for your family, and obviously it's very affordable. We couple it with critical illness insurance, so that way it can wipe out your deductible and pay for things that are more important to you. And basically the next step is we have to make sure you qualify for the program. It wouldn't mean anything if you get turned down. So we would do that by filling out a health application with the health history, and we'd submit it with the check for the first month's premium to get you approved. So let's go ahead and make sure you qualify.